Hello, and a very warm welcome to my channel. This morning, we give you a piece of breaking news from New Idea magazine. Meghans Fury at Prince Harry busted flirting with J.Lo. Despite Meghan's fixation on getting an audience with Brad Pitt, it hasn't escaped her attention that her husband Harry seems very interested in an A-lister of his own. Ever since Prince Harry and Meghan had an ultra-private dinner with Jennifer Lopez and Alex Rodriguez in Miami earlier this year, the Duchess has had a bee in her bonnet over the way Harry was drooling over J.Lo. Harry spent a lot of the night chatting with her, who is not only even more stunning in person, but also extremely charismatic. Most men are totally captured by her, and Harry is only human, says our source. Meghan left that dinner feeling very jealous. Apparently she never aired that grievance with Harry, who is happily suggesting they have Jennifer and Alex over dinner at their rented Beverly Hills mansion now that they're settled in Los Angeles. Meghan doesn't quite know how to deal with this one. On the one hand, entertaining the likes of J.Lo is all part of her grand plan to reach the top tier of celebrity, the source continues. Meanwhile, Harry and Meghan are said to have had a rocky start to their new life in Los Angeles, and a royal expert says the couple's plans are in tatters. Royal editor Russell Myers revealed in an interview with Radio New Zealand that all their plans are simply up in the air at the moment. They had huge plans once they settled in Los Angeles to set up their own foundation, and now obviously these plans are in tatters. They had plans to launch themselves into the corporate world, into the very, very lucrative world of public speaking, where they could potentially net millions and millions of pounds for a single gig. The royal editor added that Harry and Meghan's celebrity star power with Americans is because of their connection with the royal family. It remains to be seen how successful they will be. He explained before saying that Harry would be leaning on his former actress wife's success. Indeed, CCN also reported that Hollywood life is a crumbling dream for Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. Many fans of Meghan Markle and Prince Harry believe that once the couple could finally cut the oppressive ties that bound them to the British royal family, they'd be free to flourish as the in-demand celebrities that they are. It's safe to say that things haven't quite worked out that way. Like many children, Prince Harry learned that the hard way that leaving the safety of his family and becoming independent isn't as easy as it seems. Although, it has to be said that both Harry and Meghan Markle have done an impressive job of managing to get by without spending any of their own money, well, aside from that Walmart privacy screen they put up around Tyler Perry's $18 million mansion, I do not doubt that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle had it all figured out when they informed Queen Elizabeth of their intentions to quit the royal family via email. Meghan could exploit her royal status and look to work with clothing and fashion brands by way of endorsements, while Harry could look to earn millions on the corporate speaking circuit. Harry, of course, would also be needed to sell his wife's acting abilities to Hollywood's decision makers. They could tie all this together quite nicely with their Sussex royal social media brand. It was the perfect plan, until it started to fall apart. First, Queen Elizabeth laid a royal stomping to everything by telling the couple that no, they could not use the Sussex royal brand, and that if they wished to retain some semblance of a royal standing, they'd have to follow some of these pesky rules. So, the Queen hadn't played ball. Okay, it's a setback, but nothing they can't overcome, right? Prince Harry had already dipped his toe into public speaking role that he had earmarked at his earning avenue when he took a stage at the J.P. Morgan event earlier in 2020. This avenue was set to be the primary source of income for the couple. With Meghan Markle by his side, Prince Harry could exploit his mental health issues and his mother's death for profit. Talk about the worst way to earn a buck. I have to believe his mother would be furious at her son for opening up on such matters to a bunch of Wall Street bankers for personal gain. I'm not sure Prince William would be too enamored with their private lives being put out there for some wealthy bankers to hear. However, then the pandemic that has disrupted the entire planet strikes. Talk about bad timing? The world, as we know it, has fundamentally changed. Once the worst of the pandemic blows over, what then? Will these financial institutions still be interested in paying millions of dollars to a British prince to hear him talk about mental health? If not, then the game could well be truly up. The couple should be thankful that they have that 12-month trial period in their deal with the Queen. They can go running back to the UK and their coddled lifestyle when they realize the real world isn't all that interested in them. Meanwhile, comment on the hottest news. Will Meghan DOS cut ties with Jessica Mulroney over the alleged social threat to a black influencer? A fan from Quora claims, anyone is expendable in Meghan's world. Well, that didn't take long. One day after Jessica Maroney was called out, and rightly so, for threatening Sasha Exeter over the Black Lives Matter movement, Meghan has severed her ties with Maroney, with a friend stating how mortified Meghan is that she's been dragged into the situation, though Maroney didn't say Markle's name when she wrote about a prominent black woman who has faced racism. Nonetheless, Meghan's friend stated that while Meghan declared Maroney as not racist, she was incredibly tone-deaf and her friend handled the situation in a very bad manner. The friend went on to state that she or he would not be surprised if this incident would be the beginning of the end of their friendship. Meghan has to protect her dignity and her reputation. My take is this. What reputation? As a deceitful person who looked right into Queen Elizabeth's eyes and said she did want to be a working royal? That she didn't want to just walk away with no HRH title and no big wedding. Those mattered too much, didn't they? And Harry and Meghan could be just the Duke and Duchess of Sussex and leave the UK. No strings attached. Meghan lied to them all. And now the story is Harry wanted to leave before Meghan even entered the family through marriage. Really? So what about all the poetic prose over what a great job Meghan would do as a working royal? Who's the liar in the family? Meghan's reputation is she gave the Queen and the royal family a huge middle finger, left abruptly after failing Duchess duties and blatantly ignoring protocols, and lied about wanting to live in the beautiful peace and quiet of Canada. So Meghan is going to stop being besties with the one woman who really knows what's going on in Meghan's mind. How she went after Prince Harry, how she kept going after Harry after he indicated twice that he wasn't interested in more than just sleeping together. Maroney knows a lot. Can Meghan afford to let her friendship with Jessica rot? Jessica has nothing stopping her from leaking the truth to the world. Jessica is a dangerous ex-friend to have, in my opinion. She knows a lot. How much? Meghan isn't going to stand by her best friend in the world, the one who was at the Invictus Games when suddenly Prince Harry became very interested in seriously dating the twice-spurned Meghan Markle. She's putting a lot at risk, potentially. What would keep Maroney from setting the record straight, unless Meghan has juicy info on Jessica too? I really thought Meghan would stand by her best friend. Turns out, Meghan has her reputation to protect. Her dignity? When did that suddenly become worth something to her? Dignity? According to Google Dictionary, it means this: the state or quality of being worthy of honor or respect. I would include on the list of those possessing dignity as the following: Queen Elizabeth, Prince Philip, Prince William, Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge, Princess Anne, the United Kingdom, Canada, and the monarchy. I thought Meghan was at least loyal to her friends. Turns out, anyone is expendable in Meghan's world. But another fan replied to her, it seems Meghan Markle already has dropped Jessica, but in my opinion, this isn't the real reason. And if it is, that doesn't say much for Meghan's loyalty to her friend of 9 years, does it? To kick her when she's down, throws her under the bus, and publicly side against her over a social media tiff? This is a publicity opportunity for Meghan, and a way for her to be seen as taking a firm stand against racial injustice, as she's been relatively silent about it heretofore. And this friendship is now collateral damage, another in the long list of casualties in Meghan's wake. At the end of the day, Jessica is just another stepping stone who is no longer useful to Meghan. So now is a convenient time to drop her and score political points while feigning righteous indignation in the process. Meghan worked Jessica to gain entry into the upper echelons of Canadian society, which is how she would eventually meet Harry. Think about it. Would she have ever gotten near him without that connection? Mission accomplished. Trudeau's? Check. Prince? Check. Somehow I get the feeling there's much more to this story and that maybe Meghan already had an axe to grind with Jessica, and perhaps the Trudeaus as well, and this scandal provided the perfect excuse for an official public ditching. Maybe the Duchess wore out her welcome in Canada and this is her retribution? Just a hunch. A dedication to Jessica. You got nothing to lose. You don't lose when you lose fake friends. And you, what do you think about them? Please let me know in the comment section and we'll talk about it. Remember to like and share my video. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel to get more news from the royal family and Sussex couple. Now, have a nice day and see you in the next videos. Bye.